we were in Castelo Branco, and it was for one night. We just pulled up, parked up, and we were basically we were like this, and we had some torrential rain. And the next day, or in the morning, it felt a bit wet down here. Now the windows have been resealed and everything else. There's no gaps in the ceiling or roof. So I'm presuming it's going to be a Skylight. Now, this, by the way, that's because that snap there, which is that one there, well, I've got to replace that. That's why that's there. That's been hooked in there while we're driving, so don't worry about that. So I'm going to start taking this off. Now, these just pop off, these covers. And you've seen, oh, about 2 hours. I don't want to snap that like I snapped that light. So, I'll get that off and see what I'm doing with this. I mean, the general consensus is you take all this off, that comes down, and then you've got to cut or remove the old seal on the bit that this comes down to. We'll see. I've seen a few videos to take these off. That's how I know how to remove these. Thanks What's Occurring and Our Life in the Van for that. But on What's Occurring's one, they're these are these are the same both sides. Whereas the What's Occurring ones, there's a ridge on one side, so you have to be careful how you put them back in. And I'm pretty safe. These are all the same size all the way around. And I've checked underneath, they're all the same fitting. So I'll get that done. I'll get those off, unscrew that. But I'm not sure, I think I've got enough CT1 to stick it back down with, or some strong sealant. So I'm whittling on it. A razor blade up there. Something left there from whoever worked on this last. It's good, isn't it? But yeah, so you got screw there, screw there, screw there, screw there, all the way around. All this crap that's come in from outside. So I'll go and screw those. Okay. I'm going to get a plaster. Right, so that's the old one out. Just to be warned, you do need 2 people to do this because they fell out. I thought it might have been glued in, but and that's the Stanley blade that was in there. Nice. Now what I'm left with now is I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got 16 of these, so I'm presuming they've all got one screw in. Let's take those out to release that. I think that's when I'm going to have to cut the seal around the top. So, see what there's been. There has been water in there. Right, I'm going to get some more sealant and come back to that. And I think obviously I've got to pop that out as well. That one there, and there's one that side there. So. Another day now, I've got some more seating. Oh. Now these, actually when you got to screw it out, let's pull out. It's like a little locator lug, but whoever's had this, someone's done this before, you've got this sticky stuff, but it doesn't stick, you know what I mean? I'm glad it didn't, because I wouldn't have got them out otherwise. Yeah, so one screw takes them out, sort of. Bloody good clean. Let's go there and have a look. Up there. Clean that off. Have a look inside that scoop as well. Okay, this is quite gunky, but you can see where underneath the water has got in there. So I just want to scrape all that off and reline this little bit here as well. But that's so weak, isn't it? Right, so scrape all that off and clean up the other. Clean it all up, clean that up and get back, get stuck in position. Right, so I see Mrs. Tails helped me with this. Yeah, we've got all the gunk off of there. And then we, well, what we could, and then we sprayed WD-40 on it, let that sink in for 10 minutes, and then the old stuff just went right off. I think it was putty that was on there, some sort of sealing putty. So that's all pretty good. Around there, I'm gonna put a big old thick bead of CT1 in there. Now people have been, I've seen some videos where people have been putting a V in that. It shouldn't make a difference. I mean, if you, because I've cut that, I've cut that right back to the thickness that I want the bead. I don't really see the point in putting a V in it. Just cut it shorter. So I'm gonna do that. Get it all done and get up there. Like the other camera's gonna pick this up, but I've done 2 thick beads all the way around. Real thick beads, so there's no way any water's going to get through that lot. Bit too much there, but obviously when it's up there and any spillage I will put it in. Alright, here we go. Inside out. Up. in. Make sure that is sat down. It's all sat in place. So let's get these buggers back in place. Not gonna lie, it wasn't too bad a job. I think it took longer cleaning everything than it did to actually take it apart. Now, and I'm gonna sit this. Oh, I don't know if I already said, this is back on the driveway now. Something stuck to my shoe. Yeah, so new clutch and gearbox. Wasn't a brand new gearbox, it was one they had on the shelf where we got the work done. £2.5 grand. But I'll tell you what, it's funny, the guys were saying that the reason I was crunching in the gearbox is because it's got the big wheels on it. Well, that's a load crap, because when you put the big wheels on last year, and it was crunching in first and second when we got it 3 years ago. So whether that is a thing or not, I don't think so. But now, it's like butter, absolute butter. It's smooth gear changing. I mean, it's Saturday, it's Mother's Day tomorrow. I was going to drive this over there to see her, but I want to let this sit for at least 48 hours. Same as what I did with the, when I put the solar panel on. I used CT1 for that, and I let that sit for a good 2 days. When some people put stuff in, using CT1 and that, and they drive straight away. You know, I mean, unfortunately, I mean, if you're in a position where you need to drive, then you can drive, but I prefer to leave it a good 48 hours. Oh, that's putting that nice. Nice. So I'm going to do it. Go different directions on this one. Put it up. And then finally tighten each one. A bit like when you do a car wheel. Put the nuts on diagonally, wherever it is. Never go side by side. That's what I was taught at college anyway. Motor vehicle studies. Did anyone else do that in college? Well, actually no, it was at school. We used to have day release. Yeah, it's once a week. I went to Ware College, and they teach you the proper bare basics. I mean, they even teach you how to change a natural tyre and inner tube, and even like down to like using feeler gauges on tappets. If anyone knows what tappets are. So, that's why I learned to do the old wheel nut thing. Oh, I got on show. I think I might put a bit of weight on since we were alright. Come back to all this gluten shit. before we went away, travelling Europe, I actually stopped having bread. And I had done the carnivore diet. And I actually lost nearly 2 stone. And I was like, when we go away, I'll go back to bread, because I do like my bread. I love bread. And but then it turns out most of the fresh bread out in Spain and Portugal, France is gluten-free anyway. So I kept my model figure and come back to England. Carried on with the bread. Wholemeal. I like wholemeal bread. I don't like white bread. And yeah, the weight just piled back on. So I'm going to notch these up with an actual screwdriver. Right. 4, 5. No. Right. Right. That's down. Nope. Pardon me. There, I'll do that one. And that's the old Skylight done. Now obviously the other bit's got to go on there. I'll show you that one. I think I've already shown you. I'll show you again. Obviously I've got to I'll clean all this out. It's pretty crappy. Give it a right good old clean up. Yeah, so they're all stuck in place now. I'm just going to let that dry off. Give it a couple of days, and I'm going to put the back. And then after I clean it up, I'm going to put that back on, put the vents back on, and we're golden. And then get back to that. But I might actually do that now. Oh, and I've got an idea for that bit where I was saying about up in here. I've got some foam cushion inserts. I'm going to try that out. Let's see how that goes.